got this new tire pressure monitoring system today to test. The company contacted me and wanted me to test it out, so we're going to give it a try. Here's how it arrived in the box, and it says reduce maintenance and costs, increase efficiency, prolong tire life, increase safety, and drive green. Okay, so not much else in the description on the box. Nothing on the back, and front of the box is pretty covered up. So we'll open it up and see about putting it on the travel trailer Ethel here soon and give it a try. Okay, we have the box opened up. There we see the official brand name, Kormate. And this is the test box. So they gave me a little diagram here. Sensor number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. My travel trailer has 4 tires, so I totally just needed 4 sensors. And they provided 4 sensors here. They have the little number decals on them already. And they sent me 2 user's manuals, so we'll see if we can figure out which one is most appropriate. And in addition to the 4 sensors, the box came with a few extra gadgets with it. One, the suction cup mount for the windshield. Black little bag with some extra locking nuts and O-rings here in case you need to change the batteries, I guess, in the sensors. And wrenches, a couple of different wrenches to attach the security device, to attach the security nut. One fits the security nut and one fits on the hex side of the sensor. And they sent an extra wrench, I guess in case I need that. And they sent a USB power cable. Although the device here is solar, as you can see, it has a couple of little solar panels on there. So if you do mount it to the windshield, it looks like it'll get plenty of solar charging. And if you don't mount it to the windshield, I guess just lay it in the console or something like that, then you can charge it with the associated cable here. So that's it out of the box, and we will give it a try soon. All right, we're gonna test basic functionality of the sensors and the monitor here on the tow vehicle. And this is 2019 Ram 1500 Limited, and you see we currently have internal tire pressure monitors on all 4 tires, and that's the readout cold. This is the cold first thing in the morning temps. Now we're going to put the sensors on and see what they read on the display screen. All right, we've got the sensors and all the tools out ready to go, and as per the instruction manual, we have turned on the monitor before we start installing the sensors. And we're going to take each of these sensors and put them on the tires as per the handy-dandy instructions provided on the box, and we'll see what works using the various tools they have provided. All right, I'm going to show one of these. This is the front driver's side tire, and basically we'll remove the existing valve cap cover. And we'll put the locking nut onto the valve stem. Down. And this is sensor number 1. Screw that on. Basically hand tighten it. I'll run the locking nut back up to the base for now. No need to tighten that for the test, but you will need to tighten that if you can go down for a road test, and we'll do the road test later on. So So that's all there is to install the sensor. All right, we've got all the sensors installed on each of the 4 tires, front, back, on both sides, and we've had the monitor here with us the whole time. Hasn't picked them up, so we're going to follow the instructions for programming the sensors and see if that works. Basically, it says to hold down the code button and select the appropriate tire, remove the external sensor, put it back on, and it should pick it up. So we will see. All right, the instructions basically say, now that we've got this first tire blinking, the driver's side front, to basically remove the sensor and then put it back on, and the monitor should beep that it's received the sensor. So we're going to try that. Put the monitor here on the ground, screw the sensor, take it off, and put it back on. There we go. All right, it says 57. We're going to go around to the next tire by pressing the minus. Keep going around. Until we get to the correct tire. We're going to program this left side. Take it off completely. Place it back on. This one says 58. All right, we'll go around to the other side. Do the right front tire. All right, completely off. Put it back on. And we'll go to the back tire here. There we are. Take it off. On. Okay, this one's not picking up. We're going to try it one more time. Right, we're completely off. Give it time to reset. Yeah, here we go. There we go. And we have 57 there. We're going to hold the code button. There we go. All 4. And it is flashing low pressure right now. I assume the low pressure threshold has been reached. So we'll check this versus what the internal sensors say, and then head down the road and see how things change as the tires heat up. Okay, here we are back in the cab of the truck, and I got everything installed here, and turn the monitor off to mount it to the windshield. To turn it back on, it's only picking up one sensor, so and of course that one sensor is beeping. It says 56, whereas the internal tire pressure monitors say 58. So a little bit of difference there, and we're gonna clear that code for a minute. Just by pressing any button clears the code, or clears the beep, and it goes back to the temperature. It says it's 46 degrees on the tire, and then it goes back to flashing the pressure. So we're gonna roll around a bit and see if the other monitors pick up, or if we have to reprogram it again. All right, we've done a few mile drive, 3 or 4 miles, and as you can tell from the background, the monitor is beeping. There's the pressure from my internal monitors, 59, 60, 61, 59. And here's what's showing up on the display. 58, 58, 58, 59. So one tire is spot on, the others are within a pound or two of pressure. You'll notice one thing is I did blank out all the other quote tires on this display, but with just 4 sensors installed, it really only takes up a small portion of the large display, and the numbers are a little bit hard to see for me. Anyway, just an FYI, and while it's in alert mode, you don't really see the temperature. The temperature outside is sitting at 46 now, and if I clear this, it switches over to the tire temperature, 50, 48, 44, and 44 on the back tire, so which makes sense. The front tire is doing a bit of turning. We'll warm up a bit. Even though I cleared it, it goes back, then switches back to the alert mode, and then in about a minute or so, it will start beeping again. So, functionality test seems to be working, and we'll give it a little longer drive down the road and see if anything else changes. Now, one of the things we're going to test as well is you can see it displays a 0 when I've removed one sensor. We're going to demonstrate as well the fast or the rapid pressure loss alert. And we're going to do that by removing another sensor, and it'll give a fast alert to show that it's quickly lost pressure, or appears to have quickly lost pressure. So let's demonstrate that now. So we remove the sensor, and there, rather quickly, it identified front right tire fast leakage as well. So that's the fast leak alarm. All right, we've ran the sensors for a few hundred miles, and you can see the readings on my internal sensors there, and you can hear the low pressure signal beeping on here, so it continues to work. And there's the pressures it's reading on the tires. So this functionality does seem to work, and we'll try it out on the travel trailer when weather is permitting. I will say the temperature this morning's got 15, so it does run fine in low temperatures as well. And one other bit of functionality I'd like to highlight with this Kormate unit is the solar charging functionality. The back of this, as I showed you during unpackaging, had a couple of little solar panels. You see here sitting on the back of the truck, out of the direct sunlight, there is nothing on the screen to indicate that it is charging, although the battery shows it's fully charged. If I turn this unit towards the sun a bit, It does pick up the ambient light there, and note here at the top that it is solar charging. So you don't necessarily have to have a cord on this thing, and it will charge through the windshield. Now the last test for now on functionality is going to be testing the pass-through sensor. As you can see here on the left, this is one of the pass-through sensors, one pass-through sensor that they sent to me. And I'll put it in place of sensor number 4 here, which is the right rear. And you'll see it is a little bit larger, as well as the weight of the pass-through is about twice the weight of these normal screw-on cap top style sensors. So depending upon your type of rig, I did contact the manufacturer, and the recommendation is that for these heavier sensors to not put too much stress on a valve stem, that you use the steel or solid metal valve stems, or valve stems that are unable or restricted in the amount of play that they wiggle that they get as you go down the road. The centrifugal force generated by this heavier pass-through cap puts a lot of stress on just a purely rubber valve stem. So this is the sensor, and we're going to put it onto the right rear tire. Now the advantage of this sensor, obviously, is it has its own Schrader valve. I'll pull it off here to show you just for a second. It has its own valve cap. I'll take the cap off here to show you. So you can, if you determine that the tire is low, you can actually inflate the tire without having to take the sensor off the tire. So that's the advantage to it. But we're just going to put it onto the tire as is and just test that it is giving the appropriate reading on the tire. One more time back on the tire. And that's all there is to install. But you do see it does have a pretty good profile sticking out from the tire there, out past the edge of the tire. All right, we have the new sensor mounted on the right rear tire, and we put it on, set it as an outside tire on the rear, just so you can kind of see it's currently flashing 57 because it's below the low pressure warning defaults that we have set in the system. But we're going to drive around a little bit and see how it works, and we'll compare it to the internal sensors on the tire as well, just to give a comparison. You can see there we're in the bright sun as well, just highlighting how the solar charging works. You can see it is solar charging there, so no need to have the cord attached. So let's take a drive, see how it works. Okay, we did about a 4-mile road test on the new sensor, and it's the one in the upper right here flashing 59. And the reason it's flashing, obviously, is this low pressure warning. Down in the bottom, it's below the thresholds of the alert, but it's really not a problem as I'm testing them here on my passenger truck tires. And you can compare the pressures on the Kormate versus my internal sensors. They're within a pound or two of what it shows on the internal sensors. So fairly close and pretty representative of the overall tire pressure. So it does appear that this external sensor is working as designed. And one other aspect that I want to show, it does have a automatic backlight feature, so it senses the ambient light and turns on the backlight. We are sitting in here in my dark vehicle and darkened garage just to see how the backlight stands out. So this is obviously a simulation of nighttime driving. And the unit did power off after about a minute of sitting here. So we're gonna just touch it to power it back on, and there's the backlight features. You see, so it is pretty bright and visible, not overly bright or distracting, but it is a good display, good visibility at nighttime as well. And one other aspect I do want to highlight that we have not tested, but just want to highlight the sensor system. Tire pressure monitoring system does come with a signal booster, as noted here, and it notes that you can put it in the middle of the vehicle or using the rear lamp. Basically, it needs a 12 to 24 volt connection, and so I do have a travel trailer. I would probably put it on there somewhere in line in the 12 volt system just to boost the signal in case I need it. So it does come with it, this signal booster. It does have a 2 amp inline fuse, so you might just add that to your backup fuse collection, a 2 amp inline fuse. And I'll show you what the booster looks like here. Here's the Kormate signal booster. It does come with a pretty good set of cord here, as well as you see right here in the middle is that 2 amp inline fuse. And basically you connect these wires using standard wire connectors, junction it into your 12 to 24 volt power supply on your trailer. And this signal booster does have a couple of little holes on either side that you can use to screw to the frame or to the wall on the device as well. So that's the basics of it. It doesn't really give any other instructions if you need to pair it or not. But here is the signal booster, and I assume you could reach out to Kormate if there were any issues with reception of the signal after you've got the signal booster installed. All right, that pretty much wraps up our functionality demonstration of this Kormate RV truck and trailer tire pressure monitoring system. And let me know if you have any questions as well. Check out the description of this video, in which I'll put the links to the product available online, as well as links to the local distributor in case you have any direct questions for Kormate. Thanks again for watching.